Welcome to Ballet Wise. My name is Michael Wise, its host and its creator. Welcome back to episode number 3 of Becoming a Professional Dancer. Now, in episode 1, we talked about the mindset. In episode 2, we talked about how to address your technique. So today in episode 3, we want to talk about the environment that you're putting yourself in, and are you developing the connections you're going to need? So every summer, so many of us, we go off to summer sessions, or we're in a position where we always have guest teachers that are coming in. And these are really critical components to how you get noticed. But it also puts you in an environment where you can grow. Now, getting noticed is more than just hi. Getting noticed is more than you asking those questions. Getting noticed has to do with how you perform. When you're in those classes and you have that individual that is teaching the class quite often in summer sessions, well, they themselves are a connection that you're going to want. As you grow as a student, as you grow as a young professional, it is important that we build connections. We build a rapport with individuals that are in the industry. And for many of you, since you are from smaller studios, you don't get this opportunity very often. So when you do go off in your summers, that's when you start building this foundation. Because in the summers, we all understand that we're going off to get our jobs done. We're there to train, we're there to get better. But let's not forget, we're there to build contacts. You will have guest teachers that'll come in and they may be the ballet mistress of a company, or they're a choreographer that works with multitudes of companies, or they're directors of companies. Those are the types of contacts that you want to make. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to try to go into those companies, but the more contacts you make, the better it will be for you later on. And the sooner you start doing these things, the better. The goal here is to get on their radar. Now, what we talked about in episode 1, that mindset, is already going to be present. And they're going to be able to see how you think. And then episode 2, we talked about that technique. Well, they're going to see how you address that technique. And they're going to see how you work. And all of those things are going to be very important because you're setting the impression. Now, I've been in that position where I have been teaching those classes, and you have those individuals that just start to stand out. Now, they may not be ready, but they leave an impression. And then 3, 4, 5 years later, they show back up and you're like, wait a second, I remember you. Sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes, as long as you leave an impression on them, that already sets you ahead. Because let's say you walk into that audition for that company the first time. Well, you know what? That teacher might be on the jury. That teacher may be the one teaching the class, and they will remember you. They may not remember your name. They'll remember how you move. They'll remember how you work, and they'll remember how you think. And these are all important aspects. Now, when we're talking about environment, we have to be in an environment that allows us to be successful. We have to be in an environment where we have our support system. What I'm referring to is having those individuals around you, whether it's the right kind of teachers, whether it is the type of individual that can mentor you and guide you. And each one of those, whether it is a multitude of mentors, whether it's a handful of teachers, but they have to be there for you. They have to be able to answer your questions. You should be able to go to them and talk to them about what your goals and your ideals are. Because they are going to be the ones, quite often, who have already been in this industry. And they're going to be able to kind of move you in the right direction. They'll recommend this summer session over another. They might look at the companies that you're trying to audition for. They're going to know a lot more about what you're going to need than you know right now. And it's really important that we have that structure. And that environment that you're in should push you. So you have your support, you have the push from the people that are surrounding you, and you're also looking for connections. That's what that third component is. Without it, you could be the best dancer on the planet, but if no one's seen you, if no one knows you, do you honestly think you're going to get a job? I doubt it. A lot of people get their first opportunities because they know someone. Now, you get that opportunity, you've got to be ready to take advantage of it. And you will have to be ready. Your technique's on par with where it needs to be. Your mindset, your capability of just being that performer. All of that's got to be ready. But you've got to build those contacts, because it's not that you're going to be calling them or texting them, but the more people that get to see you, the more people that can see what you're capable of doing, and the more people that can actually see a future for you, they're the ones that when you get in front of them again, or when you're in that class, they may be able to help you because they know someone that might be looking for a dancer just like you. And that's how doors get opened. They get opened by you being that brilliant dancer, but also they get opened because you're impressing the right people. So you've got to put yourself in front of them. You've got to do that. And if you're in your small local studio and you don't go out very much, you don't know what's available. You don't get to experience these individuals that could help you move your career forward. So looking at your summer sessions is super important. Now, looking at summer sessions, you have a couple of little things. This is going to cover the environment. It's also going to cover you starting to develop those contacts. Now, depending on where you are in your progress as a student or a young professional, you may want different types of summer sessions to address your needs. For some, you may want to go to a summer session where you might get noticed, but the main focus is developing you as a dancer, because it's the right kind of environment, it's the right support system, and that's going to help you grow. In other situations, you might be going to a summer session where the number one focus is to get noticed. Your technique is already on par. You're there just to impress everyone. And you have to know which one's the right one for you. And that's why you need that support structure. It all works together. Synergy is important. Every great dancer has followed this pattern. I followed this pattern. Other dancers will follow this pattern. And it's really important that you don't leave out one leg. You have to understand that we're like a table. And if you only have two of these things, you're going to fall over. You have three, you'll have a little bit of stability, but you're going to need the fourth leg, all of it, to be able to stand up and bear the weight of what it is to be a professional dancer. So make sure you go back and study episode 1 and episode 2, because without those, episode 3 is irrelevant. You have to bring all of that with you for the ability to make those contacts, for you to really, really, really almost milk the environment that you're going to be putting yourself in. So remember, it takes more than just one of these things to get you to that goal of being a professional dancer. Now, I want to repeat that the professional ballet world is not an easy world to be in. It's very hard. But for some of us, it's the only place we belong. And it's okay if this is not cut out for you. And it is okay if you have trouble developing any of these things. I'm here to give information to you. I'm also here to try to help you understand. My goal is to help mentor all of you, to give you those opportunities to guide you on your path so that you can make the best decisions you can make. Now, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you have a question or a comment, leave it for us. We'll always respond, and you never know. The next topic may be based off of what you've asked. So my name is Michael Wise. This is Ballet Wise. Keep dancing and be the best person you can be.